Hello and welcome to Mostly Off Topic, Play the One Ring. This is episode 18 and currently our player heroes are in the Shire, at Bag End, no less. Tolman has reacquainted himself with Bilbo. Gudrun is in awe of Balin, son of Fundin, who is staying at Bag End for the moment. And in our last episode hinted at a task, adventure, quest, request. Let's call it a request that he may well have for our player heroes when they visited Tolman's mum and sorted out whatever needs sorting out over in the west end of the Shire. This is a pre-recorded intro because I did quite a hard edit at the end of the last episode, but we'll be picking up straight away just as our player heroes get ready for a little short trek through the Shire. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Gather your stuff together and such like, and head off. It's another lovely day in the Shire. Still, temperature's kind of like getting down a little bit, but you kind of head off down the hill and along to the road. And as you start to make good progress there's a few carts coming past and the hubbub of the world starts to kind of gather up and around you a bit more. Bilbo's walking along with a stout walking stick and his cloak around him. And just talking about things and whatever, anything kind of comes to mind. And you're starting to settle into this life here. You're not setting watches. You're not having to kind of like constantly be scanning the environment. And to a certain extent, Arthaniel and Esteldor, you're kind of like, I don't know, it feels perhaps a little weird that you're not having to constantly be thinking about what could be around this corner. And the fact that you're just on good, well-trod paths and well-trod roads, everybody knows everybody else. The frequency within which you encounter a stranger is so much reduced from what you're used to, and any encounter with other people carries so little risk, whereas if you encounter another person out in the wilds, you're just always wary of how it's going to play out and how it's going to work. There is no orc work or threat of orc work here in the Shire. And you make your way down and around and along, and you're starting to come into the little delving.
It's very unsettling, I think, for me. And I talk to Esteldor, every single bird, every little rabbit that bounces around, bit out of place. I feel. Where's the danger? Where's the enemy?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then you know where you're going to sleep every night. And tonight we'll have a mushroom stew chased by an ale. Difficult to bear.
Well, just remember, I suppose, if these wolves are about, it'll give you something to look forward to. If we can drive them off, get some use out the sword.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Something to look forward to.
And as you're kind of coming around the slight corner, and this end of the Shire is primarily arable, so it's land that's given over to livestock, primarily sheep. There are shepherds waving as you are moving along, and you're coming around this corner, and behind the shoulder of this hill, nestled just on top of the largest hill, grass running up to it, but you see this brown stain of a path that goes up to the top of the hill. There's a fairly stout tower house, which Arthaniel and Esteldor you recognise immediately as being a watchtower in the style of the Westernesse men of the West. But you also see that gathered around this there are a large number of sheep, and it's almost as if the sheep are heading in and out and around this watchtower. Not quite abandoned and ruined, but definitely no longer put to the purpose that it once was. and you're coming across small houses with neat gardens that are tightly packed together in these rolling hillsides as you're moving into Little Delving. The flowers are those late summer flowers, the dahlias, predominantly. Some poppy heads all gone to seed, starting to be pulled. The trees, some of the leaves are now starting to turn as you're moving over here. And there's a freshness and a slight tang to the air, something that you've kind of not felt much before as you're starting to move into the centre of Little Delving. Is it Little Delving that Tolman comes from?
It is, yeah. He lives in Applecross Cottage,
Yes.
Little Delving.
Yeah. You're getting close, Tolman. And as you're kind of getting close, more and more people are recognising you. And kind of Bilbo is known around here, but not quite so well. So most people are like, it's Tolman. Tolman's returned. I thought he'd died. No, Tolman's back in the Shire. He's returned back to the Shire. And a slow group are gathering behind, walking a few paces behind you. His mum, he's going to get clipped around the ear for this, isn't he? It's not going to end well, this one. And you start to move, and you can know that you're on the last kind of lane before you turn down to Appletree Cottage.
See that field over there, that used to be, it was all fields over there, but now they put there's a fence. That's what's different. That changed about 5 years ago. There's a lot of talk about that when that happened around there.
Oh, you talking about the new fence?
That's right, yeah. How's it holding up then? Is it all right? Is that?
Well, there was last winter. It was looking a little bit touch and go. Actually, I had to do a couple of other fence posts down the bottom.
We all said it, didn't we? It wasn't done proper when it was.
Well, that's right. I said you're gonna need to do that twice. You know, you haven't done it proper the first time. You're gonna be coming back around, and we were proven right, Tolman. We were proven right. It was the one just you know how the land goes down and then up, and we were like, no, you don't want to put one down there. That's where the water gathers. But they wouldn't listen to us, would they? Wouldn't listen to us. Aye, the boggy spot on the field. Aye, and now there was this one sheep got caught in it a couple of summers back.
What, in the fence?
Yeah, trying to like jump over the fence, but he couldn't quite make it, so he got caught in the middle. So now, you know, the sheep spot, as we call it now, you know, we've had to kind of, you know, try and get the sheep to not go around there so much.
And that's not what you want from your sheep, is it? How are the sheep? None of them gone missing or anything, have they?
Well, no, we've had to bring them into Clog's pasture. We can't send them out into the out pastures anymore. No.
Well, why is that?
Well, there's some being taken by wolves. That's right. I can see. See. Wolves. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, how many? How big?
Well, the sheep were like about that. I don't know, like sheep-sized.
Well, I know what a sheep looks like.
I was wondering if you have been away. Do they have sheep outside the Shire?
Well, I tell you what, they had a ram from Brie. What you want to have seen that ram?
Oh, I heard about that.
It's in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
Probably be. That's right. Yeah, around the back. Probably be more like it in a year or so.
Oh wow! Well, so have you seen your ma?
No, not yet. I'm on my way to see her now.
Oh, yeah.
Is she there?
Well, I think so.
And my grandfather.
Well,
Cotman,
I imagine so.
How is it?
Yeah. Well, he might. Well, no, yeah. Yeah, I think he is. He is.
He's there, but he's not. He's not quite there.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. But we was right about that post. So tell your ma, we was right.
All right, I'll tell her all about that post. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Mention that.
It's 5 years since we put this fence up here. It's been all right, apart from the post and the sheep spot. Oh, sorry, Master Baggins. Didn't see you. Didn't see you there. Good to see you. So who are these folk that you with?
Oh, these are just some fellas what are helping me out. We're thinking of putting a fence up around in our field. You know, the far field.
Oh, the far field. Oh,
Aye.
I'm sure that you. Why are you putting a fence up in there?
Well, keep the sheep in, or out. Maybe out.
Yeah. Well, okay.
We haven't got any sheep. Keep the next. You know the Radcliffes. They've got sheep, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got too many sheep. Yeah, there's
Always
sheep.
wandering in and eating our, cucumbers and whatnot.
Oh, you got some cucumbers.
Oh, we did have. We did have last year. I've not
Oh,
been
you haven't been doing cucumbers for this year. There's been no cucumbers. It's all well. Your ma's. She said, Tolman was a cucumber man. She's not done She's not done cucumbers since you left the Shire.
Well, I don't know what she's saying about me there, but probably just got a bit fed up with me going off and leaving her again.
Well, yes, she gets mighty sad. Mighty sad, Tolman.
Well, we'd better carry on because these fellas will want they'll want a tea before they start putting that fence in.
Well, yeah, I can imagine they really would do, yeah. But I'll just go and wait here until the next people arrive, and then I can talk to them about that fence post again. So that'll be good. Kind of move on, and there is Applecross Cottage. The apple tree that the cottage is named of, fruit still on it. Kind of, there's a small step ladder against the base of the tree, and there is a older female hobbit, plaid dress, apron, a little bit of white around that, a little bit more grey in her hair than you remember her having, Tolman. And then there is a little, late tweens hobbit below with a little basket catching the apples that the older hobbit is passing down. Bess and Rowan, mum and sister to Tolman. You're doing it too fast, Ma! I can't be catching these. We don't want them bruising. And she kind of reaches down and kind of like picks up this apple, turns to put it into the basket, and just drops it. Ma drops another apple. But how, Ma? Well, you should have been watching what you were doing. Tolman?
Oh, Ma, I'm back.
But you left the Shire!
Well, briefly, yeah, I did, but I had to come back to be here now.
And she just
So I'm
races
back.
over and she just picks you up and she gives you a big, oh, Tolman! Oh, and kisses you on the head. And
All
your
right,
sister,
steady
come
on.
on in. Your sister comes in. Oh my. Oh
Well,
my.
you little Rowan.
I'm not so little now.
Oh, you sprouting up like a cucumber.
We haven't been doing cucumbers. You're the cucumber of this household. I don't know what to do with cucumbers, do I, Ma? Don't be talking. Why? What? Your brother's just come back and all we're talking about are cucumbers. Oh, Tolman, you. Oh.
Ma, I've been all the way over to Bree.
To
and
Bree?
then beyond. Yeah, that's right, Bree. Bree met some lovely folk there. Stayed there for a while. I got stuck in the Midgewater marshes, and this fella from Bree fished me out, and then we went off with these ranger fellas, and they went off and fought all this. Well, anyway, you don't want to hear about all that anyway. But this lady here, this fine lady's all the way from Dale, over the mountains.
From Dale?
And she's been sent here by, well, I won't say his name. I won't say it too loud, but there's a certain wizard will ask her to come here to send a very important message to Mr. Bilbo.
Mr. Bilbo, and her eyes narrow slightly. Mrs. Bunce, you've been keeping your eye on him, have you? Have you been out on these adventures too? No, not this one. This one was Tolman all on his own. But you say it's had that Gandalf character involved? Well, if that's what Tolman says. She's grand, Ma, Rowan says. And who are those two fellas and that other one back there with that? That's a lovely pony. And she kind of like goes, can I stroke him? Goes like, yeah. She starts to stroke him. Tom, your mum's not really let go of you. She's still kind of like there, holding you.
Yeah, Tolman's probably introducing Gert quite enthusiastically out of any of the group and bringing his ma over to meet Gert, and be trying to get out of her grip as well. Like, come on now, Ma.
She's not in you.
Come on, hey, come on. Let's go in and get everything dusted off and boots cleaned off, and you can see.
Yeah, of course. And I bet you've been promising. I bet you've been promising things you ain't supposed to be promising.
I might have mentioned here or there a small morsel or two or something.
Well, I've got you're lucky. I got a batch on the go. And I bet you'll be wanting some herby bread as well, won't you?
I think we will.
He's told you all, hasn't he? I can see from your eyes. He's been talking about the mushroom soup and the hair. Oh, Tolman.
These fellas, they're worth buttering up, Ma. These are rangers, you know.
Rangers?
I'll tell you all about what a ranger is. It's a bit like a wizard, but not quite as good.
What's it, like a wish.com wizard?
Yeah, like a funky pigeon sort of with. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. They're sort of. Well, they got big swords, I tell you that, and they can do some fighting when they need to.
Well, why would they need to be doing any fighting in the Shire?
Well, that's why I'm here, Ma. I wanted to check you're all right, because.
Well, I would be all right if my son kept coming home.
Well, I've heard all kinds of things. I mean, not just that the fence posts what started to rot this year.
Post. We all told them not to put the fence post where the dip was. I mean,
we all knew that.
It was obvious before they started hammering. They were going to have to do it twice.
But then I've heard all kinds of things, Ma.
What like?
Well, I don't want to talk about it in such terms, really, but well, that's why I'm here. I just want to know if everyone's all right and if you're okay.
Well, yes, I'm okay. Now your grandpapa is getting on, isn't he? He's
getting on what?
Well, in his age.
Well, he has been for a long time.
He's having more bad days than he's having good days at the moment.
Oh, can't remember the last time he had a good day with me.
Well, that's as it may be. Now, just try, Tolman. I know you've got the fairy blood deep in you, but he just wants to know that you're a good hobbit underneath all that. But anyway, okay, let's get you cleaned up, and let's get some mushroom and herbs in you. Tolman, I've missed you. I miss you so much every time that you're not here. And your sister,
well, steady, Ma.
She'll not say it, but she misses you too.
Well, she seems to be doing all right.
Well,
Whatever you've been feeding her.
well, she does because she's, Rowan. She doesn't let stuff get her down. But I know, at night she'll just be gazing off in the direction that she last saw you. And I think she's probably waiting for you to be coming back. And now go and have an argument with her and pull her hair like you used to when you were kids, and make it all right for a bit, yeah. And I'll go and get this on now. Your grandpapa's sleeping, and now just let him wake up himself.
I bet she dug out my wooden toy farm out of my box in my room, hasn't she? Been playing with that. I'll go and have a look at that.
Well, you go and have a look. Now, Tolman, as usual, failed in his one job. So what are your names, gentleman and lady?
Gudrun stepped forward, bowed low, and say, "Oh, my dear lady, I am Gudrun from Dale, and I'm very happy to be here and to taste the well-known mushroom soup and also the apple pie that Tolman mentioned us so many times during our journeys."
Well, I was just collecting
Someone say
some
apple
apples.
pie down there.
I was just collecting some apples, actually. So I'm pleased to meet you, Lady Gudrun. And do you play that harp?
Yes. If you want, I can play. I know a few songs, and it would be my pleasure to play it and sing some song to enjoy you and these beautiful little children.
Well, she plays a little, and I've been known to hum myself a tune and such like. So you can't go wrong with a harpist. You can't be a bad person and learn how to play the harp. It's just not possible. Now, what of these harpless fellas? What's your names?
Well met, Mrs. Bunce. I am Esteldor.
And
I'm Arthaniel. It's very nice to be here. Thank you very much for having us. I must say, Tolman's been telling us so much about this mushroom pie that we're just now. Well, we're dying to try a stew. Sorry, not a pie. I was thinking of apple pie later, but yeah, mushroom stew.
I mean, it would be a
See,
strange
we go
thing to
out
put them
and
into
about.
the same bowl, but we could do it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I know, but we are folk that we are used to just traveling and eating sort of cheese and bread, and now we're in this land of abundance. I get a bit confused with all this wonderful food that you have here. So anything really.
And can you use those weapons?
Only when necessary, ma'am. This is a serious business when citizens of the free world when they get in danger, they are put in danger, we help them. I'm sorry. I hope they don't offend you. We can put them away somewhere, and then we can speak freely then.
I just don't want Rowan to be around things like that, really. But anyway, come on in. And she kind of like ushers you and Gert's. And Rowan's kind of like swinging off Bert's neck, and Bert's just stood there stoically, kind of taking it all. Bilbo comes in. "Oh, my good lady," and offers some gifts, and there's an exchange of gifts, as is polite in Hobbit worlds. And you take it into a lovely, well-appointed cottage, Hobbit-sized. The windows are round, and there are there's flesh everywhere. Fresh flowers in vases. A lovely open kitchen. A kind of huge Hobbit. Well, it's huge for a Hobbit-sized range, with this stew bubbling away, and the smells of that mushroom earthiness comes through. Some mushrooms chopped up, some parsley chopped up, some bay leaves chopped up. Rowan kind of comes through with some additional kind of fresh vegetables to be added in. Starts to pan fry and boil down some onions, kind of putting those in as well. And you're able to just do and relax and just let time unfold, really. Tolman, you can hear shout, "Oi, Rowan, what have you been doing in my toy farm?" And brother and sister adopt the roles of brothers and sisters kind of everywhere as they just lovingly antagonise each other over various things. And the day meanders into the afternoon and into the evening, and the soup is served up, and the herby bread, as you break it, smells just so delicious. And the beers are brought up, and Bilbo adds from the voluminous Matham pouch that he carries the pickles and the chutneys and the mustards and the accompaniments that bring it all to life. And there's a lot of chatter and a lot of longing looks from Bess to her returned son Tolman. And those who kind of want to, if you want to make yourselves, say, an awareness or an insight roll.
I'll probably pass, but.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I spoke too soon. I actually got a Gandalf. I don't have anything
there
in
you go.
insight. I walk into lampposts regularly, but I got a Gandalf now.
I got a regular success, Paul.
Yeah, okay.
No good for me. I got 12. I didn't match my target number.
Yeah. You're muted, Alessandro, sorry.
I'm probably concentrating on eating this stew.
Yeah, Alessandro, you're muted.
I made a Gandalf as well in an inside roll.
Okay. So Gudrun and Arthaniel, you can see that Bess is overjoyed to see Tolman, but there's a sadness to that, in that she knows in her heart of hearts that he's going to go away. So there's just like a little bit of carefulness and wistfulness in the way she looks at it, and the gusto that she takes in the hugs and the affection, the tousling of the hair, knowing that this, again, at some point, soon or far, she knows that his wanderlust is going to take him away from her, and you can feel that parental tension of, he's got to be independent, but he's my son, and I want to look after, I want to protect, I want to cherish him. And you get a flavour of that too, Tolman. But it's just the way that you live your life. And when you're here, you often think, oh, maybe this time I'll stay. Maybe this time I'll settle down. This is such a lovely place. And the warmth of the family kind of spreads itself out to you all. And you all just feel a sense of belonging and a sense of place and a sense of acceptance. And this isn't the cold stares of the Bree folk wondering what the Rangers are doing. There's a curiosity as to what you are and who you are and why do you have these weapons. But that's moved on quickly, and the hobbits just are bringing you in to their lives slowly and surely by degrees. I'm going to go and take some soup up to your grandpapa, Tolman. You can come with if you want.
Yeah, let me help you with that, Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll carry the tray.
Yeah, and he passes across the tray. It's a child's portion, and the bread is a child's portion, and there's a glass of water, fresh drawn from the well, and a small child's portion of apple pie. And you kind of make your way up to the attic room, and in the big bed covers kind of over him, your grandfather there, once a proud man, mayor himself. But time has kind of reached him, and his memory is not quite what it was. And he's not himself quite as frequently as perhaps he could be. You go in and see him.
Tolman knocks kind of softly as he walks in. Grandpapa, it's me, it's Tolman. Are you there? Are you awake, Grandpapa?
Tolman?
That's right. It's me.
Come a bit closer, Tolman.
I'll come a bit closer. Here, I brought you. You can probably smell the soup, can you?
Oh, yes.
Smell that?
Kind of tries to sit himself up.
I put an extra sprinkle of sage on yours.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's nice. And he's got a bit of a shake as he's kind of like, it's a bit too warm for me.
Shall I blow it for you?
Oh, please.
Well, here, let me open the curtain a little bit. It's a bit dark in here.
I like it dark. A bit of fresh air, Papa. A bit of fresh air won't harm. Okay, Tolman. Okay.
That's right. It's good for you. Sunlight and fresh air.
Okay. Oh, and the bread. Puts in. How are you doing, Tolman? How are the cucumbers coming on this year?
The cucumbers are fine, Grandpapa. They'll be right. And one of those posts in that fence is rotted, like you said it would. Remember?
I said it would. The bit where it dips and and the water gathers.
I in that boggy part of the field. I told them you said it, and then
I did.
he carried on, didn't he?
I've
been. Grandpapa, I've been outside the Shire for a little bit.
Outside the Shire? You got to not go outside the Shire. Why would you go outside the Shire?
Well,
Your mum needs you here, Tolman.
Well, she's doing all right. Rowan's getting big now. She's helping around and doing bits of work out here on the holding, and I've got me work with the messenger service. You know that, Grandpapa. It's very important.
That work that took you out of the Shire?
Well, you could say that. More or less, it was, you might as well call it official messenger duty. I was on my way to Bree, pass on a message on behalf of Mr. Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. I remember Bilbo Baggins before he was famous. I wasn't a fan of him then, and I'm not a fan of him now.
Oh well, he might be downstairs right now, Grandpapa, and
in my house.
Yeah, yes, in your house. He's just having an extra portion of mushroom stew right now.
It is good mushroom stew, though, isn't it? It is. I can't fault his judgment for that.
And I made some new friends as well, Grandpapa, and they're here as well. And
and what are their names? Are they the Radcliffes?
No, they're
good, because their sheep keep coming over into our land. We should really fence off the top field,
Well, if you want, I could ask these folks to help me do that.
That would be grand.
We get it done in a day, but
that would be grand.
They're from a little bit further afield, and they
from out of the Shire. What, from the East Farthing? Tolman, Bunce, you have not brought Booklanders into my house.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that now.
Yeah, the relief is just palpable on his face.
There's a chap from Bree, there's someone from Dale, and there's two rangers who I don't know where they're from, and I don't know if they know either.
Well, so long as they're not from Bookland, it's not too bad, is it?
they're like bounders. They're a bit like bounders, Grandpapa, aren't they? But they've got like these hoods and the big swords, and they're sort of quite miserable looking. You know,
I
look like they need to eat a bit more and get a good night's sleep, and maybe sit next to a tree in the sunshine and just have a think about life.
bounders with swords from outside the Shire.
Yeah, but tall as well. They're tall folk. They're not hobbits. Like they're big folk.
I never thought I'd see the day that there was bounders from outside the Shire, big folk in the Shire.
And they tell me they're everywhere, all over the place, and they reckon that they protect the Shire. But I said that can't be. That's not right, because that's what the bounders do, and because you were mayor of Mitchell Delvin for so long, and Westfarthen, and you were in charge of all the bounders around here.
Well, as mayor, I know a few things, and there was a few things I was told, and this isn't just the fairy blood in your veins talking. I was given to hear that there were big folk that patrolled the bounds. And as mayor, I can tell you, Tolman, that it's from all the years back when the lands of the Shire were granted to us hobbits by the big folk king, so it said.
There were a king who granted the Shire.
So it said.
To
And that's why we keep the road that the dwarves go on in good stead, well paved, and why the bridge is, monitored and looked after, because those were our duties back to the king who gave us these lands. Now, this is privileged information, Tolman. I really shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't know. Sometimes the years rob me of thought, but they grant me just that little bit more clarity on what's important and what's not. I get a sense that this is important to know.
Well, if I hadn't seen what I've seen these last few months, I'd think you were having one of your moments, Grandpapa. But we're so close here to the western bounds of the Shire.
Aye, so close. He said that the smell of the West Farthing is the faint tint of the sea, so it said.
Well, that's what that Darling fellow were talking about. He was going on about elf kings and seas and havens and all sorts. I don't know what.
Well, I know you and I, Tolman, haven't quite always seen the same things. But again, as I say, age is coming to me now. And I think that the world is turning and it's going to be changing. I can sense it, yeah. But you are filled with fairy stories. Let's be fair. And I think I wouldn't have believed any of it, but 2 nights before, out of that window, I saw a wolf as big as a pony. And it looked at me, and I could feel its hunger. And it put the heebie-jeebies up me, it did.
A wolf here in Little Delvin.
Aye.
And it's true.
Aye. And I thought to myself, we might need help of those from outside the Shire this time. And it looks like, well, fates have conspired.
Are you sure it was a wolf, Grandpapa? I wouldn't like it.
Getting old.
Sheep.
But I know, well, if it was a sheep, it was the strangest sheep I ever saw. It must have been one of those Radcliffe sheep coming across here. Get that fence up. So I say, it was the hate I felt off of it. Can't describe it. It was like here.
8, you say?
8.
Well, roughly how many points of hate would you say this wolf had?
It was more mighty than the norm.
Oh dear, that is ominous. That I think maybe it's what do they call it? Fortune, fate, something like that.
Aye.
That we've got these ranger fellas downstairs.
Well, now there's one more important thing.
What's that, Grandpapa?
Can you heat this apple pie up because it's gone cold with all the chat?
Oh, okay. You don't want it too hot though, do you? Do you want some more cream on that?
Well, heat it up and then put some cream on because I like how it's like spreads when it's hot.
Ah, you know what? Yeah, I like that. So you kind of smush it in a bit.
Yeah.
You want another cup of tea as well? This
yeah,
one's
yeah,
going to be pepper, not
yeah,
it?
that's fine.
All right.
Yeah. And he just
Okay.
leans back into his bed. And I think that's what we'll call the session, actually. It is 6:30. That's kind of what we said we would do. So scene set, I guess. Quite a nice little touching thing.